Hey friends! Happy Thursday morning! Good morning to the Dreamberries and the Dream Team and Jamberry Consultants and my friends and family. Connie Lucida here. Well, you know that because I'm doing this on Facebook Live. But I just wanted to jump on Facebook this morning live because I've been seeing some of my Jam sisters post about international conference, Jamberry's International Conference. So I felt like I was uniquely positioned to tell you a little bit about my JamCon experiences. Yo, hey, Jeanette! It's our red dress winner girl. I love her. Kisses to you, friend. I felt like I was really uniquely positioned. I've seen my friends, Brittany and Rachel, talking about JamCon, and I'm like, hey, I need to jump on that because I'm uniquely positioned. And I think it would be a good thing for me to come on here and give you guys some of my insights because it might not be what you're expecting. So I joined Jamberry in 2011. Really. There was no JamCon. There were no hashtags. And in 2012, there were about, I don't know, a couple hundred of us consultants, and home office, head office, corporate office, Jamberry in Utah, whatever you want to call them, said, hey, we're thinking about doing this like conference thing. Do you want to come? And I'm like, yes! Because as you guys may or may not know, I had a kind of big vision from Jamberry from the very beginning. And I thought, this is amazing. We need to do this. And some of you may know my little sweet sponsor, Amy Smith. She's the best. And I remember calling her up immediately. She was still teaching school. I was still working for state government. I didn't have 3 pennies to rub together between my name. But I knew we needed to go. First of all, because I needed to hug her neck. I'd been hanging out with that girl virtually, and I wanted to meet her. We were creating something that was so wonderful, and I needed to see her, and I needed to meet this dude named Adam and those 3 sister girls, Carrie, Christy, Lindsay, and other people at home office, and girls on my team, and other Jamberry girls that I was getting to meet, like the Bird, the Debster. I had to talk her into coming, and other people in Jamberry that I really wanted to know and love. So Amy's like, why do we want to do that? I'm like, Amy, we have to go. She's like, I'm not going to fly that far. I'm like, if I have to come to Pennsylvania and get you, I am, but we're going. Because I knew that we needed to do this. I didn't know why. Sometimes I learn things in backwards, but I knew that we needed to go. I knew that this Jamberry thing was going to be something big. And I knew someday, fast forward 5 years, I'd be on Facebook Live telling you guys why I knew I needed to come. But I absolutely knew from the bottoms of my tippy toes to the top of this gray-headed head that I needed to go to this JamCon, that I needed to be a part of this. Wasn't sure why, but I knew I needed to go. So we saved our money. I put stuff on credit cards. Yeah, I did. Because I wasn't even at the place where I could save my Jamberry commission checks to go. I credit carded it up, you guys. I'm not proud of that. But that's what I did. We shared rooms, 4 and 5 and 6 of us, pig-penned in a room. It was so much fun. We had such a blast. But I knew it was something that I needed to do. I knew that I needed to get there. I knew that it would strengthen my business. I knew it would strengthen my friendships. And I wanted to meet those home office people. I wanted to see what it was all about, and it was at Salt Lake City. Little did I realize, being in Salt Lake City, how amazing that would be. We got to see the wraps being produced. I got to cry with Adam. Yeah, Adam and I cried together at the ending thing at the last deal. There were 125 of us there. Yo, you guys, the sisters made the desserts for the Friday night reception that we had, and they were nervous about that. What a privilege and what an honor it is for me to know a little bit about Jamberry. There's my girl. Hey, Ames. Yeah, conference is such a game changer. It was so huge for us. I cried when I got off the plane and I saw Amy. I cried when we got in our room. I cried when I got my first swag bag. I cried when they announced that we were going to have juniors. Or not juniors, French tips. We didn't have juniors that early. French tips. They announced French tips. I cried when I saw him making the wraps. I cried when I met Adam. I mean, I was a crazy wreck. But it was the most amazing, amazing experience I've ever had. I had 7 girls on my team that went, 7 ladies that invested in their business to go out of 150. And we had an amazing, amazing, amazing time. And I decided after that conference, I could never, ever miss. There's a lot of reasons why. The fun. Oh my gosh, it's so much fun. You'll laugh so hard that you'll need to wear little undergarment-y things so that you don't. The fun, the friendships, the people that you're meeting that you've been working with all year long, to get to finally meet them and to know that they're so amazing, right? Home office folks, to get to meet them, to get to meet some of your Jamberry folks that you've been wanting to meet. You know, you might want to meet Amy. You might want to meet me. I don't know why you would, but you might want to. I mean, there's so many great, amazing things that happen at conference. The self-growth, the self-development, whether or not it's for your Jamberry business personally, or if it's just something that happens to you. Being a part of Jamberry has changed me like 360. And I credit a lot of that in going to that very first conference. It changed me. I knew I could never miss another one. So that was first conference. Second conference was in 2013. And I'm going to tell you guys something that maybe people don't want me to tell you, but I didn't want to go. I was at a real crossroads with my business. I was still working full time. I wasn't doing Jamberry full time. My business had been up and down, and you guys know I'm real transparent with the business. I've been to the tippity top, and I have not been there. And I was at a real crossroads with the business. And I can remember like a week before, all of a sudden thinking maybe I could get the flu in June. I don't know. Or mono, or having a car wreck. But why would I want to bad mojo myself with that, right? So I can remember calling Amy and going, I don't know if I'm going to go. And of course, Ames has always been like, seriously, you're going. Stop it. Get on the plane. We roomed with 5 of us at the DoubleTree, and we were back in Salt Lake again. 5 of us. The minute I got off the plane, the minute I hugged on Ames' neck, I knew it was the best decision ever. And let me tell you what happened in 2013 at conference. They changed our compensation plan, which was huge. So, but money aside, I found out at that conference that I was going to be featured in the fall catalog. Kimberly took my picture standing against a wall at conference. I got recognized on stage for being one of the top recruiters in Jamberry that year, which I had no idea that was going to happen. And I got recognized on stage for my achievement as a leader. This is a girl who didn't want to go. Changed my business. We sat and made one of our first live videos that we ever did. I don't know if you guys remember that, where I laughed and snorted, I think, and spit Coke out my nose with Lisa Erickson. It was so much fun. But we brainstormed that entire weekend about what we were going to do in our businesses. And if any of you are a product of Jamberry 2014 or beyond, we breathed you into life at that conference. It was amazing. Why am I crying? It was so, so wonderful. So besides getting to hang out with Adam again and make him cry again and seeing the sisters and seeing Amy and seeing my team, and that's when I got to meet Rachel really well. Rachel Hughes, those of you who know and love Rach. And Sheila was there and Vanessa was there and my girls were there, and it was so great. And we got to go to home office, and they had expanded from the year before. This little tiny place that we were in, they totally expanded. And I'm like, wow, this is so crazy. I can't believe what's happening here at Jamberry. I'm a part of something bigger than me, and I'm helping other women. It was so, so, so great. And we had great industry speakers that came and spoke to us, and it was amazing. Oh, and we met Jared the Great then. And he gave everybody his cell phone number. Everybody that was there, he gave them his cell phone number. It was so great. So anyway, I know I'm blabbing too long. I promise I'll get to the end of this story. So anyway, I made a decision then that no matter how I was feeling, I would never miss another one. It was a huge game changer for me. Huge 2013, the girl that didn't want to go. So, and they announced this thing called Founders Club, and we're all like, we are going to be in that. And they announced that we were going to expand into Canada. I mean, so many announcements come out of conference. I'm like, yes, this is amazing. Not only was my paycheck going to change and I was going to be able to leave my full-time job, but I felt even better about myself. And if you can go and find some pictures of Connie Lycida in 2013, I weighed over 300 pounds. So physically, everything has changed about me. Hashtag because of Jamberry. So anyway, I know I'm forgetting something really amazing about 2013 also, but the girl that didn't want to go, best decision I ever made. And you know what? I credit carded that one up too. You know, I couldn't afford it, but I knew that I needed to be there. And so I went. And so I just went. And then, I know what I wanted to say. And I had about 35 girls from my team that went. That were in my downline. Not necessarily that I was their team manager, but they were in my downline. About 35 girls went that year to JamCon. And I'm really proud to tell you, in the next year, when we were recognized as executives or team managers at Conference 2014, like 90% of them were on those lists. Yeah. Going to conference in 2013 created leaders like I've never seen before. It was amazing, and I still continue to see that after conference. So first conference, I had about 7 gals. Second conference, there was about 35 gals. Let's fast forward to conference in 2012, 13, 14, which we were still in JamCon, and there were like 3,000 consultants there, and about 50% of them, about 1,500 girls, were in my downline. My life had been completely changed because of Jamberry, and I certainly wanted to go to that conference. And again, all of those same things, you guys. Fun, staying up too much, laughing, crying, swag. Have I mentioned the swag? The swag's amazing. We get so much fun stuff from home office. First year we got a really kind of crazy bag, to now like an over the shoulder last year. Sorry, Jamberry. Elizabeth, if you're watching, and girls in events, I hope I'm not putting the pressure on you to like swag. Swag is amazing. So, so much fun stuff. You're leaders a lot of times, or each other's friends. You give each other swag. It's so much fun. So 2014 was amazing. We were in Salt Lake again, and we got to go back to home office. And again, we got to see how we were growing and the growth and what was going on. And I had a Jamberry home office employee come up to me and thank me. And that really changed me. Because I realize as consultants how many lives we change. I'm going to pull it together, not just our own, but all of the people at home office too. So it was amazing. And then in 2015, we went to Dallas, and that was amazing. Being in the South and being at a conference, and it was so much fun. And the party, 2015 was like the conference that I had envisioned when we first started that Amy and I would be going to in 10 or 15 years. You know what I mean? It was big time stuff. Fireworks, a band, we had like a formal executive ball. We had pajama parties. We had amazing swag. You got a sheet of wraps in every conference store you went in. Girls stood in line to take their picture with me. It was crazy. But it was amazing, and I realized that we were really on our way, right? And then we had conference last year in Disney, and I got to meet so many people's children, which was amazing because they brought their kids because we were in Disney. And what an amazing conference. And I don't know if you guys were there or if you remember, but before every session, I was the fool running up and down in front of the front row when they were doing the countdown clock, telling you to stand up and get on your chairs and make some noise. And there's a reason why I feel that way. You can't be sitting looking at your phone when conference is going to start. You got to be on your chair. You got to be excited. You got to be screaming and yelling. Conference is the highlight of my Jamberry year. We didn't have a hashtag in 2012, but I knew I needed to be there. I didn't even want to go in 2013, but I dug deep and I went. And every year since, I come home refreshed and exhausted, because I'm the old lady. You guys know that. And ready to be on fire for my business. And every year, something changes in me. You know, maybe it's that I lose some weight, or maybe it's that I give up some bad behavior that I've got. Maybe it's I work my power hours a little bit stronger. Maybe it's I repair some bridges that I've burned. Maybe it's I just get fired up about our products and what's going to happen. So here's what you can expect this year in 2017. And I know I'm talking for so long, and I apologize, but I'm so passionate about conference. Here's what I'm so excited about in 2017. We're going home. We're going to Salt Lake. What? You have the perfect the bus tour is free. The first year we paid $45. I couldn't even afford the plane ticket, let alone a bus tour ticket. You can go to see Home Office. You can meet Elizabeth, our new CEO. What? She is so brand new, but has such a heart for all of us. And Stacy Sova, our national sales manager, and our national president of all the sales managers. Stace, I'm so sorry, I totally busted up your title. And your national sales managers. You guys know them. Al, and oh my gosh, I don't want to do this and not forget anybody's names. And Karen, and Tracy, and the Heathers, and oh my gosh, Johnny on. How could I forget? Johnny's my mini me. I want to put him in my pocket and bring him home. He'll dance with you. If I'll make him dance with you. Yeah. Me and Johnny will dance with you. We'll find a place at registration, and Johnny and I will dance with anybody who comes. Johnny, I hope you're okay with that. If you're not, I'll dance with a cardboard cutout of Johnny and you. I don't know. But you can meet Johnny. And how about Jared Richards and those three beauties? They're called our sisters. And Adam, if you come, I'll try to make him cry. How about that? Well, I don't even have to. He will anyway. So you get to meet all those home office peeps. You get to meet your sideline Jamberry sisters. You get to meet the girls in your downline. You get to meet the girls in your upline. You get to meet crazy people in Jamberry who want to meet you. Don't come home from conference and say, I really wanted to meet them, but I was afraid. No, they want to meet you just as much as you want to meet them. Go up and say hi. There's a payment plan this year. Are you kidding me? I'm the girl who had to put it on credit card. This year there's a payment plan? I know I'm supposed to talk about some more things like that were in my head when I was standing in the shower. But I'm like, I got to talk about this. I got to get on there. I got to talk about this. If you're a Jamberry consultant, go to your workstation and go to the events tab. Go to the microsite and look at the stuff. Oh, you get like ribbons, and you get pins, and you get swag, and you get to pick your conference track, and you get to meet Elizabeth, and you get to watch Adam cry, and you're going to get some swags, and you get exclusive wraps, and your life may never be the same. And you know what? I'm just going to say some people don't come back every year. And that's okay, because Jamberry was there for when they needed them. But for those of you that come back every year, I know that you love it. So, in closing, because I think I've been talking way too long, I wanted to show you my ribbons and my stuff that's hanging on my wall from all of my conferences, because I'm so proud of that. And I wanted to let you know how much conference impacts my life, that every single day I look at my name badges hanging on the wall. So hang on. Here we go. What did I do? Okay, so first of all, I look at Casey and Jared and Johnny and James and Brick. I look at all my favorite men of Jamberry. But then I also look at my very first conference badge. Look at our old logo. Is that not funny? And Amy made these pins that says Jamberry's first national conference. And I was a director, and I was in a focus group. And then, y'all, look, the year I didn't want to come, yeah, no kidding, I have one ribbon. I was a senior director, but I went, I showed up. And then the next year when my life changed, look at that. This girl was an elite executive, and on advisory board and on trip for travel, and I got to speak, and maybe they'll let me speak this year, but maybe they won't because like I can't keep it under control. I say things like Jamberry bought my Spanx. But anyway, and then the next year when we went to Texas, check out this deal. Like we got all these crazy pins for our lanyard, and I was still an elite executive and everything was amazeballs. And then last year in Disney, check it out. I got like Amanda Larson gave me this amazing Mickey Mouse 3D Jamberry pin. Is that not the craziest thing? And Karen Logston's group made these wonderful buttons, and Amy and I and Rach and some other leaders made those amazing things. And look, guys, look at my ribbon trail. It was amazing. And then, you know, oh, look, here's me standing on one of the warehouse tours. A picture with like a unicorn behind it, and like little crazy bracelets I've been collecting over the years. And oh, look at my old Jamberry bracelets. Aim, remember these? And all of the kazoo that Jared gave me. And there's a story behind that, and just so much stuff. So anyway, I'm just yapping. But I love you guys. Oh, Britt, you're on here. And I don't know if you saw the keychain that Britt gave me. I actually named a wrap. I named Lunar Landing. I got to go to the sister's house. Oh, yeah, that was amazing. I got to go to the sister's house, and we had dinner, and I got to name Lunar Landing. I hope it's retired. I hope you guys bought a lot of Lunar Landings because I named it, and Britt made me this keychain. So anyway, you guys, come to a conference, will you? Just so I can see you. You know, I don't date. I mean, I want to, but I don't. So if any of you have like a dad or an older brother or somebody who would be perfect for me, because I want to be fixed up. I don't want to do that Match.com or anything like that. But I don't get a lot of hugs because Ryan hugs me like this now. So like, you know, I need your hugs at JamCon. So please come. Do it for me. No, do it for yourself. Come to a conference. We can't wait to see you. Oh, and you might learn about some new products, and you might get some training, and you might have some fun, and. All right? I love you guys. You're all amazing. Be you, be beautiful, and be fearless.